Hey, here's George here to talk about another game, as we always do here on the George Talks About thing. And this time, I'd like to talk about Time and Eternity. Yes, it is called Time and Eternity. So, this is a new class of high definition animation RPG. I do not argue with that. One of the biggest things about Time and Eternity is that all the characters and enemies that you see in the game are completely hand-drawn, even right down through their animation. And it just looks so stunning. And it just looks really good. But at the same time, it sort of shows a bit of this FMV-ish look to it. If you ever play one of those point-and-click FMVs, where and you see like the little choppy movements, like it's just a slight choppiness, but you know it's there. That's almost the kind of look sometimes you get in a few of the cutscenes, where the animation sort of like pauses for a second, or like has this weird juxtapositional move. It's a minor nitpick, but I mean, it's nevertheless, it looks really good. This RPG looks really good because of that. Now, where is it? It says here, from world to battle to enemies, everything is hand-drawn. It does say everything's hand-drawn, but I like to just say, like, the world itself... Actually, let me just take a quick look. I have the game right here. It doesn't look as hand-drawn as everything else. It looks, standard, what you expect to see in an RPG. But as far as I know, it could be very well hand-drawn. But definitely the characters and and the enemies look hand-drawn. And it looks fantastic. Out of place because they're 2D compared to the 3D environment, but it looks fantastic nevertheless. So, now we get to some more interesting parts of this. Okay. The story is freaking batshit weird. Essentially, what happens is, you get a forewarning from a gypsy or a psychic, saying that on your wedding day, someone's gonna die. And it turns out on that wedding day, your husband dies, or the character you basically play as, essentially dies. And, your wife, who is a princess, has the ability to control time, and decides to go back 6 months to when she received that warning, so that way she can try and stop it. And that's basically the gist of the game. Is you're going around trying to prevent your character's death, but at the same time, your character's soul is trapped within this dragon creature, and no one knows that's you. And there's a little silly, like, anime-ish moments in it, as you could probably expect. It is, an NIS America, or an NIS game, and we all know how that company is with their games. So, you get a couple of the tropes you expect from them, and whatnot, but the story's okay. I actually really like the story. It's a nice little interesting twist to a lot of things, and I love the little time element. Now, what I have trouble with is the actual gameplay. For the most part, you'll probably be going around towns and whatnot, and picking up quests and information, or you'll be going around to worlds which you can actually move around and explore. Fucking hate those, because like the first time you experience it, it's very linear, and you're like, okay, I can get used to this. But then the next place you explore is freaking opened. It's huge, like this massive land you have to explore, and you'll be referring to the map like a lot more than I probably prefer it. But that's just one of the problems. Is it tends to overwhelm you a little bit at sometimes. If that's a bit of a problem for you, then it's there. Some people don't mind that. It's weird feeling. It's a weird feeling. But the second thing is that it has such a crawl pace right at the beginning. These battles take sometimes a little too long. Like, the first few times you don't mind it, but then you start feeling it gets a little repetitive, and it's like, I'm doing the same thing, the same moves, And then you get to level 3, and then you get a new spell that just dominates the field. And then you're like, okay, this is good. I can get back in the swing of things. So it's a bit of a love-hate relationship with this game. Would I recommend playing it? Yeah, sure. It's definitely worth playing. It looks beautiful. You should definitely check it out just because of that. Sort of. I mean, if you can somehow like look at it, but if you like RPGs, this is an interesting RPG. It does get a little bit slow in the beginning, but once you hit level 3, things start picking up like a bit, which is good. But as it stands right now, perhaps wait till the price drops a little bit. This is like, a new game. It's at $60 price tag, what we usually expect from new games. So I'd probably wait till it drops maybe $30, $20. Then you're probably safe to grab it because it does get slow at the beginning. And I can see a lot of people dropping the game right there because of that. And, I almost came close to just stop playing the game to come and do the talk and be like, this game sucks. But I went through it a little bit more and got to level 3 and just easy street. Well, not so much easy street, but it becomes less repetitive, and that's the good thing, is you start picking up some new strategies and moves and whatnot. Other things I should say, voice acting. Yes, the voice acting in this is actually not that bad. Though the lip syncing's off a little bit, but I don't really nitpick about that so much, because I don't. But, the voice acting is actually not that bad in this game. I actually don't mind it. It fits a lot of the characters in my opinion, and you start feeling a bit more of a characterization for each character, even some of the minor ones that just play a very minor role. You sort of get a bit of a feeling of their character just from that, like these little voice bits from them. So that's really cool. Enemy sounds are so annoying at the moment because they all sound the same. It's like they don't make any goddamn sense. But yeah, Time and Eternity. Definitely check it out. I'd probably wait till it drops in price, though. So with that all said and done, until next time, rewind, fast forward the clock so you can get this game a little sooner when it drops in price. And it looks good. Until next time, keep on gaming.